Got my finger on the dodge button, and I fell. Welcome back to Extra Holiday Games. I'm Extra Holiday, and this guy is still shooting at us. It's been like 48 hours. Why does he have so many bullets? Anyway, yeah, let's go beat him up. Not because we have to, but because we want to. There we go. There we go. That'll stop ya. I'm adjusting my blanket a little bit because my toe was peeking out and getting cold. I have a bigger blanket that fits better, where I don't have to like curl up into fetal position to be fully covered, but I don't feel like going to get it. Honestly, the one I would grab would kind of be overkill, so. Wait. Okay. Now there's staircase. I thought that was a lamp up there, but it was just the sky. Don't you hate it when that happens? Oh. I think I interrupted something. It's interesting, the mix of enemies here. Ow. Ow. Okay, where'd you come from? We're seeing a bunch of enemies that we saw at earlier points in the game. Ow. Okay. Yeah, because these, I don't remember the name of the place. Oh, the Hemwick. Yeah, Hemwick Charnel Lane. That's where those people were from, and the people we were fighting earlier at the start of Yahar Ghul, those were from the initial area, Central Yharnam. We'll probably run into some old Yharnam enemies, although I don't know that because, if I remember right, old Yharnam was totally optional. Hey, I can't target you, so I don't know that I can actually do anything about you. I'm gonna run, roll. That's definitely in grabbing distance, right? Okay, turn on the lamp. Hey, I see you. Yeah, they do seem out. I wasn't trying to do a transition attack. Okay, all right. I'm gonna take care of you first. Ow. Or I'm gonna die. That could also happen. That's also a possibility. I didn't really consider that at that point in time. But now that I'm thinking about it, it kind of makes sense, you know. It kind of makes sense that I could die there. Just a little bit. Okay. Is there a way to skip these guys? Oh, wait, no, I have to go down the stairs. Fuck. I do have to fight them. I'm a little late to the party. Okay, well, got a few of them. Really wish this guy wasn't here. It'd make things a lot easier. Cool. Alright, I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna run by y'all again. I wonder if the summoners respawn. 'Cause if so... Yep, they do. Good to know. You die. Cool. Hey, what up? You're in pain because I killed your summoner. I get it. You know, that reminds me. Maybe a somewhat random tangent. Not really that random. I talked about this sort of stuff all the time on this channel. And specifically in this series. Hey, Pathfinder, the tabletop RPG. Specifically first edition, which is the edition that I played. There was a class called a summoner, which does not exist in 5th edition D&D. At least not technically, not in the same form. Right, there is no class called summoner, although there are plenty of classes that can summon things. namely, specifically druids and rangers, I think are the biggest culprits there. I guess necromancers too, but it's not really what we're talking about. Wizards can summon familiars as well. You get the idea. There are ways to summon things, but there aren't a whole lot of classes based around summoning things. And when in 5th edition, when I think of, classes or at least subclasses that are based around summoning things, then it's the druid and the ranger. Because the druids have the Circle of Shepherd, which allows them to summon more than a normal druid. And druids can already summon more than most classes. And then there's also the what was it called? I think it's a it's a variant of the Beastmaster Ranger, where instead of where they get the Primal Companion. Wait, did I go this way before? I didn't go this way before, did I? Wait, where did I go? Did I go over here? Is there another way to go? There is another way to go. I went this way. Okay. Okay, so they always all aggro at once. Got it. Okay, thought I was going to hit you first, but... Okay, stop. Thank you. Ow. That's the one from behind. But yeah, but they're still not quite the same, right? In both cases, they're summoning animals of some sort. I know technically the primal companions aren't. I'm pretty sure technically the primal companions aren't animals, but nor are the summoned creatures from a druid. But you don't really get like a oh, here's just a strange arcane creature that you could summon. It seems like all the summons are. I mean, I think there are some higher level spells that allow you to summon more magical things, but at least in the lower levels, it's like you don't get any sort of magical summons. It's just creatures, creatures you would normally find in the wilderness. That guy's not dead. No way that guy's dead. Doesn't open from this side. I'm gonna guess I have to drop down into there then. Yeah, it was a weird thought, but just talking about the summoner guy, that's what brought it to my attention. Maybe I should make a summoner class. Wouldn't be the first class I made. Not by a long shot. Okay. It got greedy. Oh, there's another one. Okay. I thought this was the one that got me last time. But nope, there's two. Huh? Oh. Oh, that guy got resummoned. Got it. Yeah, no. I think the biggest thing for me when it comes to homebrewing stuff in any tabletop RPG, not just Dungeons and Dragons, because I did do a little bit of homebrew in Pathfinder as well. But I think the biggest thing for me is just, does it give a different gameplay experience? Because it's pretty easy. It's generally, I think I've said this before, but it's generally a lot easier to reflavor a gameplay mechanic as, oh, it's arcane or it's poisonous or it's fire or something, right? Because if you think about it, like poison, bleed, and burn can all be kind of, mechanically, they can all be kind of the same thing, where it's just damage over time. But you just call it a different thing and, you describe it differently. As opposed to... Ow, what the... Why am I stuck here? Seriously, these tiny statues are in my way? That's dumb. That's dumb. I can't believe I got stuck in those tiny statues. That's one of the few. Like, I guess I could have seen that coming, but that's one of the few times I've died in this game, and I'm like, that didn't feel fair. It's like, those are such tiny obstacles to get stuck on. So easily missed. Anyway, what was I saying? D&D homebrewing. Right. So yeah, it's easier to flavor a mechanic than it is to devise a new mechanic for something that already has a theme. Right? If you've already established that, you know, this is what dark magic does, for example. It's not just the spell darkness. Ow. If you've established, like, oh, the dark magic has these properties to it, you know, thematically, then it's much harder to go back and be like, oh, well, to go back after the fact, after you've already devised mechanics, you know, various mechanics to narrow it down into a specific mechanical theme. You know, that's my philosophy. So if I'm going to make a summoner class in Dungeons & Dragons, specifically 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons, I don't know why I specify that every time. I feel like if you've been watching, you should know that if I'm talking about D&D, I'm specifically talking about 5th edition. But anyway, point is, if I'm gonna make that summoner class, I need to make it something that's unique. Right? And like, I think that the classes I've made so far, the Gravatar and the Scholar, I think that they are definitely unique enough. The Gravatar is the only class in the game, I think, that allows you temporary flight. Right, and again, it's not an official class, it's something I made myself, so. But yeah, it's only the only thing that gives you temporary flight, aside from, you know, being a wizard and getting the fly spell at level 5, I think. Because I think it's a 3rd level spell. Yeah. Yeah, that's, for a lot of campaigns, that's a ways off from the start. So yeah, that's how the Gravatar is unique, and the Scholar, which I don't remember how much I've talked about it, but the Scholar, I feel like, is, to use a cliched term, the wizard on steroids. Where the wizard can, like, learn new spells via studying a spell book. The Scholar can learn new abilities of any sort. Okay. Count. The dodge attack killed me there. That's what happened. Yeah, the Scholar can learn new abilities of any sort just from seeing something that kind of resembles it, which I think is neat. I think my classes are definitely unique enough mechanically that they can justify being made. But yeah, I feel pretty good. It's a shame nobody's played those classes yet, but maybe in the next campaign. There's a chance that as of this recording, it might even be the day that this, no, it would be the day after, it might be the day that this episode airs, that we play what is potentially the last session of Box of Beginnings, the first campaign in Auralia. Ow. So after that, really? Really? 2 shots? That's all it took? Anyway, yeah, it might be the last session of the campaign, just depending on how fast they get through these last fights. Because yeah, they kind of hit the nail on the head last time. I guess it's a slight spoiler for the next session, but they kind of hit the nail on the head last time when they were like, "Oh, we seem to be in a dungeon crawl." And yeah, that's what it is. Had to have at least one dungeon in the game, you know. But maybe we'll go explore some dungeons in this game next time. Because, as for this episode, that's a wrap. Yes, I know.